All right, this is Queue Up Devlog for April the 16th, 2026. And it has been a while since I've done one of these. There is a lot of new stuff in here. But yeah, it's just crazy the stuff I'm adding every day. And I still only got one guy who I'm in close contact with that, we talk every day because both of us, he's still running karaoke, right? So he is an absolute priceless resource for me. You can't put a price on somebody's experience and what they know. You got to listen to them. You got to do what they say within reason. You know? But that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. And over here we got the karaoke screen. That's on a different monitor. We're gonna hide that for right now. I think we'll bring it back. This is the main screen now, and you'll notice what's missing here is the buttons that used to be up here, right? And then look at this title bar. This title bar is not a Windows title bar. It's sexier. Few safety features here. If you hit this, it'll say, "Are you sure you want to exit?" Yes, no. No, we're not exiting yet. And then let's go ahead and move me over here for a second. There we go. I don't want to look this way because, sometimes I'm looking this way. All right, but let's get into all this. So where did these buttons go? Well, now we have a right-click menu, right? And there's autofiller. What's autofiller? Genre tagger. What's genre tagger? So some of them move to preferences, singer database, about, new session, which resets everything, which you don't normally have to do or need to do, but we will do. Yes, we will continue there. So the first thing we're going to get into is genre tagger, right? And you can see we have a column here, genre. And what genre tagger is going to do is we're hosting our own database, which is a boiled down version of the free the free DB. FreeDB was like CDDB. It went dark in 2019, but then it got uploaded to archive.org. Because of that, we're able to use it, right? So I'm going to tag library now. Boom. Now look at that. I have genres for all my music. This has never been done in karaoke before, as far as I know. This is unique. This is amazing. And then out of my 6,800 songs, there's 285 that didn't have anything with them. So I'm going to start Music Brains, which limits you to one query per second. So I'm going to go ahead and start that, and then we can minimize this window here. So that in a nutshell is genre tagger. So now if somebody says, well, what rap songs do you have? Look, all your rap. What standards? Look, I guess it doesn't do standards, but let's see, hip hop. Let's do punk. Pull up all your punk. You can pull up all your funk. You can pull up all your disco. So I think this is going to add a lot more extensibility searching, right? Because users want, at the end of the day, your singers want to look this up by genre. So that's one cool feature we added. Another cool feature is autofiller, but to do that, I'm going to have to import some media to my library here. We did change this around a bit. I'm thinking I'm just going to skin this with the rest of the skin. I thought maybe we should keep it like this, but no, I'm beginning to not like this. But let's go ahead and add music. And then we're going to open, and we're going to mark that as filler. And we're going to scan. You can see the scanning is very quick. Okay, so now that we've done that, what does autofiller do? Well, so okay, we have our crossfader here, and we've already gone into what this does, but let's just put it on no karaoke mode for now, which is what filler tends to work good with. This is actually based off some other stuff that we kind of took as an example. Filler folders, full libraries. Let's do filler folders. And then we're going to fill now. Oh, no. Let's do full library. Oh, it's disabled. Well, maybe that's not working the way it's supposed to. Hey. It says Q9. Oh, you know what it is. That's what it is. You got to have filler playing for it to actually do something. So if I remove these, once this gets done playing, filler should let's go ahead and skip to the end here if we can. Maybe not. But anyways, when this gets down to a certain level on the filler database, this is going to end up it's going to pick some random stuff to throw in there. I don't know. I guess it still needs some work. That's all right, though. A lot of other stuff is very stable. So we'll get into these other ones in a second here. I'm just going to go into preferences here. I'm going to check a few things. Let's go to cloud. Okay, the cloud's all ready to go. Scroller's all ready to go. Okay, so let's get to the big stuff here. I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm going to go to, I'm going to add another folder here just to demo something else. Let's see, we want to go to media, add folder, C/karaoke, add that. So, I got like a bunch of files in there. Hit scan. Look at that. 2,000 songs added in like seconds, just popped right in there. We're going to get rid of disco here, and we're going to look for some of these that have funny file names. Here we go. So let's take this one. We're going to go to karaoke, or file management here is where we're going to go. We're going to file management, and then we're going to do output folder. We're going to browse that to C drive, karaoke 2. Oh, I didn't know I had that there. Well, what do you know? I'm going to search for Chartbuster. There we go. Let's do CB 206. All right. So this is the file management. So what does this do? Okay, so we can see we got a naming format here of disc, track, artist, and then title, right? So what you do is you import format to disc, track, artist, and title, right? Like this one is folder, this one is not. But we're going to do this one because that's what it is. And now it's re-imported that song into the AutoKDJ, QUp database using that format. So now the format in which you import your songs becomes a lot more flexible. So you can add your media, and then you can go back in, and then you can go ahead and import songs using the format that the songs are stored in. But we take it a couple of steps further. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go to manual edit here. Manual edit lets you go in. You see how nicely these are all done now, right? Manual edit lets you go in. You can search and replace. You can use regular expression. That's something really advanced people use. But we're not going all the way down that rabbit hole tonight. But you can search and replace, you do all that stuff, and then you hit update, and boom, your file names are updated. But there's another way of doing this. So now that we've already chosen an import format, and QUp knows what this song is, we're going to go to rename format. And you notice how earlier we set the output folder to karaoke 2? So I go to rename format, and I'm going to choose this. And why am I choosing this? So back in the day, this was the AutoKDJ default format. Basically, your disks became a folder. And this is actually, compared to any other format out there of storing your media, this is a, bar none, this is probably the most efficient way of doing it. Because instead of like 1,000 files in one folder, you boil that down to like, a couple hundred folders in one folder. So we're going to go ahead and rename these. And you can see it's done the rename, right? And now, if we go to, let's go ahead and bring this over here. If we go to C/karaoke2, right? Look at that. We have it right there, guys. Right there. Let's make this view bigger because everybody loves large icons, right? Look, it's right there. No flim flam, no shim sham. Bam. Right? and watch, I'll do another one here. I'll do another one. So you can see we're here. I'm not pulling the wool over your eyes. This. Sometimes you just come up with good ideas and you're like, holy crap, that's a great one. So we're going to go back to Chartbusters here. We're going to look for one. Okay, this one. There we go. CB40111. I don't know. I'm going to say 166 looks like it. CB4166. That one looks like it has quite a few, right? So that's all Connie Francis. That's all, that's all, like that. So we're going to go import format. We're going to choose the right import format, which is just track, artist, and title. That's been imported. Now we're going to go to, we're going to select these all again, and we're going to go to rename format, and we're going to do the AutoKDJ default. Bam. And now we're going to bring up that Explorer window again, just so you can see. And there it is. There it is. So the renamer is like a super powerful tool, right? I mean, this is, I've never seen anything like this. So that is just incredible. I also have a karaoke maker. I'm not going to go into that today too much. Basically, you feed it a YouTube URL and it converts it to karaoke. Whether or not you have the rights to use it, that's not something I'm tracking. All right, you have to track that yourself. And if the first time you try and use it, it's going to ask you, hey, do you have the rights? And that's on you guys. Finally, we got the song shop. Update the catalog here. And this is the Party Time catalog. You can buy songs in here. and they import directly into your media library. No fuss, no muss. It just works good. That's that. So let's go on to some more interesting stuff here. Well, I shouldn't say more interesting, but let's go back to preferences here, and we're going to start looking at the scroller and the main CDG window, because I think that has some significance. Oops, there we go. You know, I should add my pretty face on there. Let's copy this. There we go. My pretty face is on there. Okay, so you can see that rainbow. Let's first start off by turning this back the old school way it was, right? The non-transparent overlay, and then we're just going to go ahead. We're going to cue something up here. Whatever, give it any kind of name. So you see how there's this black bar at the bottom and black bar at the top, and then your CDG gets kind of squished. And it works with more than just CDG too. This also works with MP4. So if I want to, I can queue up an MP4 real quick. So let's go ahead and so there you can see it's working with MP4s too. But yeah, you see that black bar at the bottom and the top? That bothered me, right? So I decided that we do transparent overlays. Hey! But it goes beyond this. Oh, we're not done yet, folks. We're not nearly done. Not even close, man. Not even close, because let me show you all the other fun stuff we can do here. You want to make the font bigger?
Metric 07.
Look at that. Make it bigger. You want to make the font smaller? Make the font just tiny. Of course, I don't think that QR code's scannable at that range, but let's go ahead and make it big again. Look at that. So you have, right now we're using the, let me queue up some more singers here just so it looks right. I'm just randomly typing crap in, right? Okay. Preferences. So you can change the animation speed, right? Look at that. A lot faster. You can also change the animation type. So we can do the good old horizontal. We can do the good old just static colors, right? But we have horizontal. We got a vertical list, which is just kind of like a playlist. That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool, right? We got Star Wars crawl, right? You already saw typewriter. We got matrix. We got karaoke bounce. We got fade. And we got wave. And then for colors, we got rainbow cycle. We got rainbow wave. We got fire, which is kind of boring. And then we got ice, which is kind of boring. We got neon pulse.
Alert SAGR3 PSV.
We got matrix green.
Metric.
And we got gold shimmer.
24.
Maybe gold shimmer works better with like a horizontal. I don't know, it's tripping out. But let's just do rainbow wave because that looks nice and it works. So yeah, So this can be on the top. It can be on the bottom. Your QR code kind of goes along with it. You can change the color of your QR code. You can change the foreground and the background, right? So if you want your foreground to be like, you know, color coordinated to your venue, I guess. Look at that. Boom. Boom, baby. You know, we could show the wait time on the scroller. We can not show the song title. So there is just so many options here, right? Let's not show the song title because we don't need to show that. Let's show wait time. Look at that. 0 minutes. 3 minutes. Look at that. This is fucking pro, baby. Pardon my French. Parlez-vous français? So you can also show number of entries, right? You can show you can show all the upcoming. You can choose a number, or you can show them all. So you can go back to that Star Wars scroll, right? And you can have them all on there, right? So we could do all of them like this, and then we go to the Star Wars style scroll, and then look at that. Everybody comes up. Everybody. And how long until they come up? That is crazy. And then look, if I want to send a custom message, I could do that too, right? Now I can also access custom messages by right-clicking and send message like this, right? So, you know, look at that. And then I can clear it. Boom! This idea came to me from Chuck217, by the way. Like I said, sometimes you need to listen to your people, right? You got to treat them like the rock stars they are, because that's where your best ideas are going to come from. Other than that, I mean, there is a lot more I have coming down the pipes with this, guys. I mean, there's just a crazy amount of love going into this. I think that's the best way of putting it, right? Because anybody that knows me knows that I really love karaoke, right? Like, I love it. I can't, I'm a family man now. I can't go out and do it, but I like thinking about it. I like making it work. I like making it work for you. So anyways, that's the devlog for today. I might have missed some features. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's it, man. It's come along so good. I don't want to say what we're doing next. I just want to keep it. Oh, one more thing I should show you. Look at the countdown. See, so watch this. When it's 20 seconds out, it's green, right? If you look at the countdown at the bottom there. And then when it's under 20, it turns yellow. And then when it's under 10, it turns red. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So, yeah, and then, you know, scan to sing. Your singers can, you know, just scan that. And they can cue their own songs up and do whatever, man. Makes your job so easy as a KJ. So easy, man. You know, like back in my day, I had to build these. What is this? I don't want to listen to that. Back in my days, you know, we had to build these touchscreen kiosks out of these parts that we source from here, there, and everywhere. Not no more, baby. Not no more. Everybody got one of these in their pockets. Everybody can scan a QR code. So yeah, it's turning into hotness. I am super stoked, and right now I'm very limited on who I'm sharing this with. You know, nobody knows about this yet. I'm not ready to drop it just yet, but we're getting there. All right, guys. Peace. See you in a couple more weeks or a week or whatever. Bye.